Hello everyone, I've got another Shark vacuum cleaner to look at today, and like 99.5% of the vacuum cleaners I show on my channel, I paid for this one myself. So it's not sponsored by Shark, it's all my own money, and as soon as I've made this review I expect I'll be selling this model to go towards buying something else to show you. This is the Shark Stratos corded stick Pet Pro model. It's got the Anti-Odour and Flexology technologies and a 10-meter mains cable. Yes, so this is a mains powered corded stick. So it has a similar form factor to Shark's cordless models, but being corded, it means you're never going to worry about the battery running down before you finish your cleaning. Okay, without any further ado, let's open the box, take all the components out, we'll assemble it, and I'll do a demonstration. Here's everything out of the box, and I have to commend Shark for not using any plastic packaging. Everything is wrapped in cardboard or paper bags, so that's good. I'm sure that can be recycled. So we have the handheld unit itself, and we'll be looking at that, of course, in more detail, and how to empty it, where the filters are and the controls, etc. This is the DuoClean Anti-Hair Wrap Plus brush roll, with Shark's two brushes. Well, you've got the soft roller at the front and the anti-hair brush roll at the back. We'll be looking at that in a bit more detail. Also, we get the Anti-Odour cartridge, the instruction book, the Flexology wand, a nice long crevice tool for your nooks and crannies, a dual-purpose dusting brush. It's quite nice soft brush is that, so you could use that on your lampshades, blinds, shelving, etc. But you can remove the brush and you've got an upholstery nozzle. And then finally, with the pet model, we get another anti-hair wrap brush. This is for your pet bedding. You can use it on car interiors, upholstery. And there's no brushes on this, it's just soft flexible blades, so it's designed not to clog up with pet hair. To assemble the cleaner, first insert the wand into the floor head. It only goes one way. Just push down and it clicks into position. To release the wand, you have a handy foot operated pedal here, so you can just press that with your foot and pull the wand out when you want to use the machine in handheld mode, or you can use it in reach mode with just the wand and any tool attached. So you can put the crevice tool on this with the wand attached to the cleaner, and you can reach up into the corners of your ceiling to remove cobwebs, etc. So that's a nice firm click. This does seem, I had a bit of a issue with the last Shark corded stick I showed you. I wasn't too happy with it. Hopefully this is an improvement. And then all we have to do is attach the motor unit to the other end of the wand. Again, it will click into position, and then the cleaner is basically ready for use, almost, because we need to insert the anti-odour cartridge. I'll show you how to fit it. So inside this little box we get a can, and it does warn you not to sniff it directly. It's got warning labels on, so Shark are telling you it's best not to inhale directly the little cartridge in here. So inside the can we have a cartridge, and I can smell it already even without putting my nose close to it. So that's how it arrives in the can, with the top and the anti-odour cartridge in here. So to fit it to the floor head, to fit the dial and cartridge, first lift up the handle and then insert it into the machine. You'll notice an arrow here and an arrow on the cleaner head. Line up the arrows and then just turn it, and that's job done. Just press down on the handle. You can adjust the fragrance that comes out. It's on maximum at the moment, so if you've got pets and other animals to clean up after, you might want it on the maximum setting. But you can turn it down to the minimum or 2 notches in between. So that's if you want to use it. If you don't, just remove the cartridge and dispose of it sensibly. It just twists off, but you still need to retain the dial. And then again, just fit the dial, line up the arrows and twist, and then you can use the machine without the fragranced cartridge. Shark introduced their DuoClean brush roll several years ago, and this is the latest version. So we have a soft roller at the front and an agitator at the back, and this is anti-hair wrap, so hopefully you won't get any pet hairs or long human hairs caught around this roller. And as you can see, it's got these flexible blades as well as medium soft brushes, so that's mainly for your carpet cleaning. The soft roller at the front aids with cleaning hard floors. It picks up larger debris, but it also deals with fine dust as well. The brush roll isn't easy to remove for the average consumer. Shark don't really make it easy to remove. You have to undo many screws. I wouldn't recommend doing it unless you know what you're doing. But the front roller does come off. There's a little button at the side, so you can see it pops out. And you can wash that because it will get grubby, but it has to be dry before you reinsert it. And when you've got the roller out, you can just make sure this area is clean, because this will get gunk and hair behind this cavity here after a few weeks use. So we pop that back in, just line it up like so. We've got a little velour strip at the back as well, 2 little wheels at the front and 2 larger wheels at the back. We've also got an access port here to check for blockages, so that opens up and you can look for blockages. You can just about see through it there. You can insert a blunt object through here if you find anything's blocked in the hose. And Shark have improved their hoses on these. On earlier models, the hoses were clear and they used to split, but this is a much stronger material. I've not heard of these ones splitting, but if yours is split, let me know in the comments. Here's the motor unit that can be used in handheld, above floor and carpet and floor cleaning. So as a handheld machine, the tools just fit directly onto the cleaner. So if you're doing your upholstery, you can just fit the upholstery nozzle directly to the end. And of course you've got the crevice tool. And for doing your stairs and pet bedding, etc., you can fit the anti-hair wrap pet tool onto the end directly. And of course all the tools, whether powered or non-powered, also fit onto the end of the wand. You can also fit the DuoClean anti-hair wrap motorized head directly on. So I mean, it's a bit big in this manner, but this is good for cleaning your stairs, because often people don't use an agitator on the stairs. They don't use a rotating brush. If you use a little handheld machine and you've never had a deep clean of your stairs, take this to your stairs when you first get it and try vacuuming your stairs with it, and I think you'll be surprised at the amount of dirt that can be left on your stair carpet. You can't control the suction power on this Shark corded stick. There are no buttons to increase or decrease power, and there's no valve to open to decrease suction at the floor head. You do have different settings though, one for carpet and one for hard floors. In the hard floor setting, the brush rolls rotate at a slower speed, and this is the default setting when you first switch on the Shark. So if you're going to clean carpets, make sure you press the setting button to increase the speed of the brush roll. The first Shark corded stick vacuum I demonstrated on my channel in 2015 was the Rocket, and that early version didn't have a removable dirt bin, so you had to take the whole cleaner outside to empty the debris. On the later models, of course, the dirt bin is removable. On this one, there are buttons either side. Squeeze them together and the dirt bin comes out. To empty the dirt, there's a button here at the front. So press that in and pivot the top back and then just tip the dirt out. This is the shroud. You must ensure that this is kept free of debris. You might find hairs wrapped around there, so just make sure that that is clear, otherwise you could get reduced suction. Inside the bin we have the 2 pre-motor filters, so you access those by pulling it out, and Shark recommend you wash these, just rinse them under running water once a month. So it's very like other Shark cleaners where you have a sponge filter and also a felt filter. So once a month, give these a clean, make sure they're dry before putting them back, and then you're good to go. So there we are, make sure they're nicely back in place, and then pop the filter back in the bin. When the bin's emptied, just clicks back into the machine like so. There is a further filter, so to access that you do need to remove the bin, and there's another little tab here, so you can remove the cover, and you'll see the final post motor filter. Squeeze these two tabs and then that comes out. You don't have to attend to this as often. Shark recommend cleaning this under running water every 6 months. The Shark Stratos corded stick is quite a tall vacuum cleaner, and obviously it won't stand up on its own. As soon as you let go, it falls to the floor. We do have the Flexology feature, so just by pressing the button at the back, you can fold the cleaner in half, and this is how you could leave it to stand. You can store it away like this. There are 2 cord storage hooks, a lower one here at the bottom and an upper one that rotates at the top. So you can store the 10-meter cable around these hooks, and when you want to clean, turn down the top hook, release all the cable in one go, plug in and get cleaning. The Flexology also works when you're using the machine. So for cleaning under low furniture, you press the button again and you can see how the wand just bends in two. So you can clean under lower furniture without having to stoop and bend as much. I'm going to measure the sealed suction of this Shark corded stick using my suction gauge. Now, as a reference, a pneumatic Henry measures 80 on the gauge. This Shark has a 450 watt suction motor. So let's see what the sealed suction's like. Now I have to say that this does have a suction bleed valve. So when the end becomes blocked or you haven't cleaned the filters, this little valve opens to allow air to flow through to keep the motor cool. Otherwise the motor could overheat if you just don't empty it or there's a blockage. You don't notice it and there's no airflow. It means that the motor can get too hot and fail. So there will be a drop in suction. It might peak and then reduce, but that's just the valve cutting in to prevent damage to the motor. The suction gauge measured the peak suction at 50, but when the valve kicked in, it reduced it to 44. In comparison, the Shark Stratos cordless stick vacuum cleaner peaks at 74 on the gauge, but only in boost mode. When cleaning carpet, this Shark peaked at around 75 decibels, which is under the 80 decibel limit set out by EU regulations. I'm going to try out this Shark corded cleaner on my carpet for the first time. Remember, when you first switch on, the default mode will be hard floor, so if you're cleaning carpets, you need to select the carpet cleaning mode. Okay, here goes. I had no problems pushing this Shark on my troublesome Saxony plush pile carpet. I think it's the front roller that helps move it along. A lot of other machines, corded and cordless, sometimes can be very hard to push on this type of carpet, but are okay on the carpets in the rest of my home, which are much shorter pile. But this is the largest carpet in my home and it's the worst one to clean. I'm quite surprised though that there's not very much dirt in here. I mean, I did vacuum before I started filming, but I suppose, yeah, what is in there? You might be able to see it better if I open it up. Let's tip it out. I'm not squeamish, I'll tip it out. So there's some dog hair there. Ah, now looking at it closer, I can see some blue sand. So that's from a demonstration I did a couple of weeks ago, and I have vacuumed several times since. There's also some remnants of SIBO Duo powder, which is a dry cleaning powder I used on this carpet maybe 3 weeks ago. So yes, it's not finding any larger dirt because there's nothing visible on the carpet, but it's certainly found some hidden deep down dirt. For a change, I thought I would measure the amount of dirt I spread on the carpet, and then we can weigh the dirt container afterwards to see how effective it was at picking the dirt up. So I'm going to try for 200 grams of dirt with some red lentils and black rice. There we go, about 58 grams of that. We'll put some flour in. It's up to 96 grams. We've got some rolled oats here. $158 grams, and some neon sand. Whoops, that's gone way over. Right, we'll try and round it up. It's 252 grams. That's probably too much. We'll try and make it 260. A nice round sum. There we go. Oh. Okay, 261 grams it has to be. Now I'm going to weigh the empty dirt container. That weighs 280 grams. And now I'm going to spread the 261 grams of dirt onto the carpet and attempt to pick it all up using the Shark. Let's mix up the dirt a bit and sprinkle it onto the carpet. The Shark should have no trouble picking up the larger particles. It's the green neon sand that it might have trouble picking up. There we are. And we'll rub it in. Spread it out. And then we'll go over the carpet a few times until we can't see any more visible dirt. To summarise, I put down 261 grams of dirt onto the carpet. The empty container weighs 280 grams, so the combined weight of them both is 541 grams. So if the full container weighs anywhere near that, we'll know that the Shark has been very effective at picking up the dirt. Right, let's have a look. Take out the container, turn the scales back on, and we'll weigh the results. The full container weighs 511 grams, which means on this occasion the Shark left 30 grams of dirt in the carpet. No vacuum cleaner is going to remove 100% of the dirt spread out on a carpet, and obviously this wasn't a scientific test. I don't have any lab equipment and I don't live in a laboratory. This is just a brief demonstration in a regular home. If you want to see reviews of this done in laboratory conditions, then you can check out the Consumers Association which did give this cleaner a best buy. They tested it under laboratory conditions and they did rate it very highly. So it's left 30 grams of dirt in the carpet, but I've emptied it. We could go over the carpet again several times. We could go in different directions and we'll probably pick up a bit more dirt. But for most people, that's a good result. The carpet looks clean, but obviously after months and months of use of leaving dirt in the carpet, eventually it's going to cause your carpet to wear down prematurely. After going over the carpet multiple times, attacking it in different directions and going slowly, I've managed to find quite a bit more dirt, especially the sand and the flour. So if I open it up now, yeah, that is quite a lot of dirt we've managed to pick up just by going over a bit more. Right, some of it spilt on the carpet, but that is the sand which represents grit. I've dropped some on the carpet as well. So my advice to you is vacuum slower than normal. You can whiz round if you need to quickly clean, that's fine, but from time to time, once a fortnight, once a month, vacuum with a little bit more purpose. Go much slower and go in different directions. Don't just vacuum the same way every day. Go across the carpet, go back and forward, multiple directions, go slowly and overlap your strokes, and you'll get more dirt out of the carpet, just as I've proved in this demo. As you can see, I've put down a load of dirt on my kitchen floor. It's the same demonstration dirt I put down on the carpet with added dog food kibble, which is a slightly larger size than the other particles. Okay, here goes. I'm going to switch on, which will be the default hard floor setting. As you can see, I've reached the full capacity of this shark, so I'm going to empty it and then carry on cleaning. That's a pretty impressive result. Not only did the shark pick up all the large particles, it made a clean sweep of the flour. But I found that's to be the case with all the shark cleaners I've used that have got the DuoClean brush roll technology. They're all pretty good at cleaning hard floors. So again, we've almost filled the bin to capacity. And what I noticed quite interesting about this style of bin, although we have got a little bit of debris starting to creep into this section, on the whole that's pretty clean. So it'll be interesting to see if it's better at filtering the fine dust than previous models, because as you can see, all the solid dirt is in this side of the container, bar a few little bits that have managed to get through. So if we open it up, and I did a doormat as well off camera, and that's picked up all that dog hair. So that's half the dirt that we picked up off the kitchen floor. And if you want to give that a rinse out from time to time, you should be able to do that, as long as it's dry, of course. before putting it back. Let's have a look at the filters. Now I was expecting some flour to have got through. So that's the top filter. We'll just tap that on the floor in a minute. The felt filter underneath, looking closely, that's still pretty clean. Interesting. Okay, let's see if we can tap some flour out of the sponge filter. Yeah, there's some flour in there. But that's not too bad at all. Obviously, to get the rest of the flour, I'd need to wash that through, but that doesn't need washing yet. I'd need to use the Shark for a few more weeks, I think, before I have to wash that filter. So as long as you don't go over the fill line, I have a feeling the filters in this particular model may stay a bit cleaner for a little bit longer. Let's see how the Shark Stratos performs in handheld mode. I've put some dog hair down on the carpet, so I've now got one bald dachshund. We'll see how well the Shark picks it up and make sure that none of this dog hair wraps around the anti-hair wrap brush roll. Looking at the underside of both brush rolls, there's definitely no hair. He says, there's a bit, look. But sharks say if this happens, if you run the cleaner over hard floor for a few minutes, it should prevent that from happening. It's an ongoing process, this anti-hair wrap. So if you pick up a load of hair in one go, you might find some hair still wrapped around the brush roll, but it is designed to clean itself as it's going along. If I remove the roller, you can see a bit of Daisy's hair trapped behind it here, but that was quite a lot of hair to pick up in one go, to be fair. On the small anti-hair wrap brush roll, we do have some hair stuck to the back on the litter picker here, but the actual brush roll itself is free of any of Daisy's hair. Not a bad result for the anti-hair wrap brush rolls, but what about the dirt bin? If we remove it, we can see here that a lot of the hair has wrapped itself around that shroud, which is going to reduce the suction. So as you can see, there you go. So that needs to be picked off. But a lot of the hair has ended up in the dirt bin. So that was an extreme example, as I said. If you were just cleaning normally and picking up hair that you can't really see, then it should be fine. During normal use, I don't think you're going to get so much hair wrap around the brush. But yeah, this hair, and as I'm cleaning, there's green sand. More green sand is coming out of the carpet. So, you know, it is picking up the dirt. And if you buy one of these cleaners, if you're used to using an old machine and you've got a new vacuum after, say, 5 or 6 years, I think you'll be very surprised how much dirt any new vacuum cleaner should pick up, as long as it's a decent machine. I'm not talking about these £40 Chinese no brand makes you can buy on Amazon. I'm talking about a decent branded cleaner. You should get loads and loads of dirt out of your carpets. That's about the end of my video on the Shark Stratos corded stick vacuum cleaner. I hope I've covered everything you need to see, but if you've any questions about this cleaner, please comment below and I'll do my best to answer them. And if you found the video useful, I'd be very grateful for a thumbs up. And you could also subscribe, click the bell icon, and you'll be notified of all my new uploads. So until the next time, thanks for watching, and I'll see you all very soon. Bye for now.